This is a tool that really everybody should own and could save you from a lot of trouble. A good quality one like this could make the difference. In this video, we're going to explore the practicality and why this is a great tool. We'll also see the features of the starter, including safety features. Finally, we'll see what this jump starter is capable of and push it beyond its limits. This is the Noco Boost X GBX45. In the box, we have the battery, the jumper cables, a carrying bag, charging cable, and the manual. The bag fits the charger and cables well, however it's a bit awkward. A hard shell case is available for these chargers at an additional cost. The clamps are very good quality and feel very sturdy. The battery pack has a couple of useful features, mainly of course the jump starter. The starter claims to start a 6.5 liter gas engine or 4 liter diesel engine, and with 60 watt charging it'll get a full charge in only 50 minutes. It has a 10 watt USB-A port and a 60 watt USB-C port for input and output. The pack also has a 100 lumen LED light, which is not a lot, but it's definitely enough, and it's a lifesaver for late night roadside repairs or safety signaling when broken down. The starter claims to be the safest on the market with a mistake-free design. It doesn't function if connected incorrectly. Let's take the pack to the field and check out what it can do. The starter fits comfortably under the seat of most vehicles.
The lights on this are not super powerful at only 100 lumens, but they're more than enough to get a job done in the middle of the night if you're stranded somewhere. Here at our engine bay, again, we could see that it's plenty of light, more than enough to get the job done if you're somewhere dark.
More importantly, the strobe is an important safety feature. If you end up breaking down without any power, this will allow you to warn oncoming traffic. This starter has an override button. This is an important feature as most starters work by sensing voltage. If you have a completely dead battery, an override button is necessary. And if you have a damaged battery, you'll have no way of starting it if you don't have this feature.
Now let's put the jump starter to the test and see if we can reach its limit. First, let's start easy with my truck. This is a 4 liter gas engine, which is well below its rated 6.5 liter capacity. And let's try to start the truck. And it starts right up. Let's try it again. And again, starts no problem. That's clearly not a challenge for the starter, so let's move up to a diesel engine. This is an Omega 20 crane from the 1970s. The engine is a General Motors 453 Detroit diesel, and it's 3.5 liters, which is pretty close to the 4 liter rating. However, the crane engine is also pretty old, the components are heavy, and in addition it turns an air pump into hydraulic pumps. All this means that this diesel engine is probably much harder to start than your typical diesel engine, so I really wouldn't expect this starter to start this crane. But let's give it a shot. Well, it turns the engine, though very slowly. Kind of sounded like it wanted to start on that one. Let's give it one more shot. And I'm impressed. This is not easy, but it managed to start the crane. The battery pack did overheat, though it doesn't seem to be too hot on the outside. Now we're not done testing it. This is our international dump truck with a Navistar 7.6 liter diesel engine, which is nearly twice the rated capacity of our jump starter. Again, I doubt it's going to start it, but let's give it a shot. Well, it seems to barely turn over the engine, but I'm impressed. I thought it wasn't going to turn it over at all. Let's give it another shot. It's not looking good for the starter. And that is truly impressive. Nearly twice its capacity, this tiny starter managed to get a 7.6 liter engine started. Now the battery did overheat quite a bit more with this engine over the crane, and that's probably not good to tax this starter this much.
It looks like the heat inside is causing condensation on the glass of the lamps.
Regardless, it managed to start this engine, and that's quite impressive.
After doing that, the battery no longer charges. If we plug it in, turns on for a second, and then doesn't work.
Although it's probably just a matter of letting it cool down a bit, so we'll leave it for an hour or so.
And it's charging again, so perhaps it's just acting up a little finicky, but it seems to be charging again. Of course, there are much larger starters that are more capable and would be more suited to what we performed today. Nonetheless, what we achieved with this starter is impressive, surpassing its capabilities by nearly twice. With that being said, this is a must-have tool, and one of the best tools to carry under your seat. Nothing in this video is sponsored, but if you want to purchase the charger, there is a link in the description below that does support the channel to help continue making more videos. Soon in a future video, we'll torture test this starter to see what it can handle with improper use. Meanwhile, check out this video where we test out the pack out toolboxes and push them to the limit.